The new article on Variety isn't just big news for the Hogwarts Legacy sequel. This is a game changer for the entire experience. Warner Bros. Has just unveiled a massive new strategy connecting Hogwarts Legacy to the HBO series, with plans to bring more Harry Potter games. This could change everything we thought we knew about where the sequel is headed. Are we now gonna lose the characters that we come to love? Will we be diving into a new timeline or seeing some of the groundwork for major conflicts like those involving Grindelwald and Voldemort? Let's dive into this article and decipher what this all means for Hogwarts Legacy II. Warner Bros. Has big plans to expand the Harry Potter universe across different media. A new HBO series, live experiences, a bacon show, more Harry Potter games, and most importantly, a massive focus on Hogwarts Legacy. After the Fantastic Beasts film series struggled at the box office, Warner Bros. Saw a strong response to Hogwarts Legacy, which became the top-selling game of 2023, crossing 30 million units sold as of last month. This success seems to have revitalized their faith in the wizarding world. Warner Bros. Games has since released Harry Potter Quidditch Champions in August, a remastered LEGO Harry Potter collection, and awarded licenses for multiple mobile games based on the wizarding world. And here's the big one. Warner Bros. Is actively working on a sequel to Hogwarts Legacy, which, as Variety notes, is a very big priority for Warner Bros. Discovery C-suite. And that is not just a sequel announcement, that's a statement about how critical this game is for Warner Bros. The president of Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment, David Haddad, said, "We have known for some time that fans are looking for more things in this world, and so we're spending a lot of time thinking about that. Our insights tell us that there are not huge distinctions between a young version of a fan and an older version of a fan. They're just deep Harry Potter fans, and we're trying to build authentic experiences to delight them." This is key. This means Hogwarts Legacy 2 might aim to balance depth for dedicated players while staying accessible to new or younger fans, which slightly worries me because a lot of the young gamers like online multiplayer stuff, and that doesn't necessarily speak to majority of Harry Potter fans who are mostly single-player people. I mean, Hogwarts Legacy is a single-player game, and the numbers, the sales speak for themselves. All these people, 30 million people at least, bought this game for what it was. But this new approach could impact the character choices, story complexity, and even gameplay style in the sequel. We'll talk about more about this aspect in just a little bit. I want to go to the next quote. The game's team has been coordinating some of the big picture storytelling elements in the Hogwarts Legacy sequel, with the storylines that will play out in the Harry Potter HBO series. This is freaking huge. And I'm torn, so torn. Because on one hand, of course, they're going to have the reboot, and it makes sense to capitalize on this uptick of Wizarding World, and they have to include some of those storylines and some of the things in the game so people have different experiences of the same storyline. But at the same time, I don't want to lose the characters that they've built in Hogwarts Legacy. I think they set up a great foundation for a new exploration, because I keep telling this, we don't have to be stuck on the Harry Potter storyline, which we saw and read. We heard about it all this time. That's the reason why a lot of people loved Hogwarts Legacy, because this is our unique experience. This is us. It's not Harry Potter's journey. It's our journey. And it's unique. It's different. It's new. We are in the school. And so I hope they're not going to just ditch this entire storyline and jump into a new timeline with Voldemort. But what could be interesting to see, and that's something that I've pitched in my video about story of Hogwarts Legacy sequel, is where they can show the start of the major conflict that spread across many generations, and that is the war between Muggles and Wizards. There must be a reason why so many Wizards hate Muggles, right? And I believe whatever they start showing and telling in the following games, Hogwarts Legacy 2, possibly even 3, we will see the evolution. Something will happen in the next game that will shock the entire wizarding world and will turn a lot of wizards against Muggles, and it will justify why there's so many so many wizards who join Grindelwald, who join Voldemort, who follow them, because there's backstory, there's history of violence coming from Muggles and danger in general coming from Muggles. And so there's this. So once people have seen this story and once they watch the series, it won't be as black and white. Basically, the games can come in is where they will build up towards what we're gonna see in the series, potentially maybe we even feature some spin-offs. With that being said, I now am more positive about the idea that Dumbledore will appear in the next game. Honestly, ideally, I would prefer the continuation of Hogwarts Legacy storyline building up to those generations and going into this. We finished Hogwarts, we finished school, we travel across different parts of the wizarding world. We meet Newt Scamander somewhere there, we meet Grindelwald, we travel through that, then we die eventually as an old person, just as the time comes towards Voldemort, right? And something like that, but somewhere, I don't know, in United States after we visited so many different countries. But then have a different video game. Just reboot Harry Potter video games from scratch. Use the assets of the Hogwarts, it's his journey, do also kind of open worlds, but there's no character customization whatsoever. It's kind of a reboot of Harry Potter video games, ground up. And talking about video games, they now are given licenses to produce new Harry Potter video games. On mobile though, which is my concern. I mean, I'll be just honest. Is this really a good idea? We've seen the shutdown of Harry Potter Wizards Unite and Magic Awakened. Two mobile games have already been shut down. Is this a good idea? Is this a good investment into other mobile games that probably will be shut down and a lot of people who worked on them will lose their jobs as well? You know, what if... maybe it's a better idea to actually conserve those assets and invest into a bigger projects and license Wizarding Worlds to other bigger video game companies who can develop unique and separate experiences in the Wizarding World. Like, for example, do a MMO Harry Potter, do Battle Royale, Wizarding Duel, because people are asking for those things, but it's never gonna be, we're never gonna know if it's going to work for sure unless they give it a shot. And with Hogwarts Legacy sequel, I think they will try to test the grounds of what people like and don't like. I'm now more certain that in the sequel they will give a shot to live service formula. Even though a lot of people don't like it, there are some good elements how live service can work beautifully with Hogwarts Legacy, especially if they do it like they did with GTA Online, where you have this main game. It's a full story experience, single player, you have everything there, but then you have a separate thing where it's fully multiplayer, co-op, whatever. Quidditch Champions is already an experience, an example of a live service game. And even though it's not huge, the game is still existing. It's living. People are playing it, seems like. And now we're getting different updates, but we'll see what happens next. Now, let's talk about the next thing. So another quote from Haddad reflects just how serious Warner Bros. Is about this game. He noted that Hogwarts Legacy's success helped them recognize the potential for the franchise. Quote, "The rest of the company was very curious about what we helped to unlock with Hogwarts Legacy last year." And that is just... well, one, it proves that it was a lottery for them. They didn't know if this game is going to succeed. So they probably their budget wasn't that big for this game. They probably weren't betting too much on that video game. And so now they're like, aha. They realize that this should be their priority. Guys, this is absolutely huge. I really think this is an indicator that this franchise is shifting, that Warner Brothers have finally realize that they have an ace up their sleeve. It's just like the Lord of the Rings. It's just like, you know, it's the Harry Potter. It's the franchise. They should follow a similar approach what Marvel does or DC. They expand and expand, or Star Wars even, right? We see so many storylines. Of course, some of those projects will be crappy. People are not going to like them. They will fail. but some will succeed. Hogwarts Legacy is already an example for that. And there will be more games. There was a rumor about a horror Harry Potter game, like a spin-off. I would love to see things like that. Licensing this IP is a way to go, because you're only going to win by this. The approach should be just like during the French New Wave. If you don't know about what this is, it's basically, it was a time in filmmaking history when the governments were investing heavily into everybody who wanted to do something. There was a lot of crap as a result. But at the same time, a lot of people succeeded. Like, there was a natural selection thing going on. The crap filtered down and the gold remained. And that gold then grew and remained classics and just taught and changed history, right? That should be the approach here with Warner Brothers, with this franchise. Invest to everything. Mobile games, not mobile games, online, multiplayer, not whatever. Harry Potter, not Harry Potter, go in the future. Go into United States, go into Germany or France. Experiment. It takes time, it takes a lot of ambition, but allowing this exploration, allowing this flexibility will only show good results eventually. But that's what I'm gonna end with on this note. Also, apologies for the backdrop. It's a new backdrop is under the construction, and this is what it is. I just wanted to talk with y'all about this big news, but I want to bring back the focus about the sequel back to the story. I think what I've pitched in my other video, I think makes sense now with introduction of this big conflict between Muggles and the Wizarding World. Really check it out. I think they're good ideas there, and it makes sense from how it's going to continue, unless they decide to completely jump the timeline, and then it's not going to make sense. But I think this approach makes sense. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for making it all the way back to the end of the video. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe button, and all the other buttons of that nature. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.